My name's Dominic Cockram. I'm a partner at Deloitte leading the cyber and managed services practices. In terms of breaches and what GDPR has created as an impact for our clients and ultimately for their customers, we've had to start preparing clients now for actually how are they going to respond if, and some would say when, they have a data breach, in terms of looking after both themselves but also looking after their customers. How are they going to notify those customers? Where are those customers? Do they know where those customers are? Which jurisdiction are they in? There is a huge area of complexity now that has been created by the implementation of GDPR for clients who are either within the GDPR region. So if you've got a client, for example, in America with customers in the UK, how do they react to everything that's going on? So what we've started to do now is to work with clients to get them to build much more detailed customer notification plans and data breach response plans as well, so that actually they've really got that detail in place before they reach the point where they have a data breach, and they're then having to look at responding within a very compressed timeline as now imposed by GDPR itself. I think the challenges that we're seeing now is that in America, this has been a very mature area for about 10 or 12 years, responding to breaches and looking after customers in breaches. They've had the biggest breaches over there. In the UK and in Europe, it's a very immature area, and it's really been triggered by GDPR, where businesses have started to focus around the fact they have to do certain things, be that notify the regulator, notify their customers, inform their customers what's happened, potentially provide compensation. And so all around that, they've really had to start thinking about what does this mean for them. And yes, in fact, there are very few services to help them do that. So at Deloitte, we built out about 6 months ago a complete end-to-end service that we can now offer our clients called Customer Breach Support, where we actually take them through every element of the readiness. We then look at the size of their customer base in order to work out how big their problem may be if they had a major data breach. And then we make sure that we have retained the full capacity for them to deal with their worst case example of a breach. And then we stand by on very strict SLAs to meet all the time constraints in order to support them in a breach. And what that means is that I think for the first time, they are actually going to be in a position to really know how that breach response will go. And that element of control and that ability to provide duty of care for the customer, because I keep on coming back to the fact that in a breach it's about the customer, and many people tend to forget that a data breach happens and actually the business worries about itself, and the people it needs to worry about are those that are about to be hit by phishing attacks or spoofing attacks because it's their data that has been lost.